Morning guys, so today I'm at the HQ of BMW Toyota Motors and our agenda is this. We are here to review the newly facelifted Hilux Rogue. Okay guys, so this is our office for today, the black Hilux Rogue. So this is the second facelift of this 8th generation Hilux, and it's a big one because there are 5 variants on offer. This is the range topping variant, 2.8 liter engine, and the outputs of this 27 PS improvement to 204 and 50 Newton meter increase in torque to 500. So we are not talking about just a simple rechip of the ECU. That kind of gain for a factory tune, Toyota would have done quite a substantial amount of hardware upgrades to the engine. And what we've been told is that the turbocharger is new. They have also increased the fuel rail pressure. All right, so there's the pressure of fuel going into the cylinders are higher. One more thing that they have done also is that they have upgraded the steering system. So the Hilux here still runs on hydraulic power steering, but what they have done is that the steering now has variable assist. So the steering assist levels varies according to speed. At low speeds, the steering lightens up, but as you speed up, the steering weight increases, and it gives you more assurance when you are cruising on the highways. Okay, so enough of the technical talk. Let's explore the styling of this. So you can see this is the familiar face from the pre-facelift model, but they have made substantial changes. Okay, the headlights, okay, are new, even though they still fit in the same housing, same opening, right, same housing shape, but you get this, well, very distinctive lighting signature here. And inside there are, well, it rained, so the headlight unit is wet. It may obscure some of the design elements in there, but look at this. Inside there's this matte silver finish running here surrounding the headlight. Okay, and this, I believe, would be the signal lights and the daytime running light here. Okay, that's the fog light here again with this gray painted surround. And the grill here, this whole grill assembly here has been enlarged and made tougher. All right, okay, and this is a matte gray finish here. All right, and check this out, the Toyota emblem is laminated. Why? Because the Hilux here has Toyota Safety Sense. So the features it has under that umbrella includes pre-collision system. So it has auto braking, it has pre-collision warning, it has lane departure warning, and also a form of lane keep assist. Now the lane keep assist, the execution of the lane keep assist here, it doesn't do anything with the steering. What it does is it brakes one side of the wheel to pull your car back into the lane. Now, why doesn't it have steering assist? Simple, because it uses a hydraulic steering rack. With a hydraulic steering rack, there is no see, the thing is that when you want to do lane keep assist, right, when you want to upgrade your autonomous driving features to include autonomous steering inputs, it has to be an electric steering rack, which the Hilux does not have. And Chris has just switched on the lights, so I'm going to just take this opportunity to show you the headlights. Okay, so this is the main beam of the headlight. This will be the daytime running lights. Okay, and we bring you back to the tail lights. Okay, So it has this nice double C or tree shape if you like. So the lighting signature, this is LED, signal lights, reverse lights, and here at the back the Hilux wording is put on this door. So this whole assembly here is now made one chunky piece. All right, and 2 parking sensors next to the number plate. Oh yeah, so coming back to what I was saying about the active safety systems, right? Yeah, so the Hilux has hydraulic steering rack, and therefore you can't integrate the latest generation what you call it, steering assist systems into a hydraulic steering rack. You need an electric steering rack for that, and that's why with the Hilux they don't have a steering based lane keep assist feature. What they do is they break one side of the wheel, one set of wheels on one side to pull your car back into the lane. Okay, so yeah, here you have it guys, the exterior of the Hilux. So you can see also the wheel arches. Okay, it has this plastic matte gray surrounds here, and together with this top painted bit here. Okay, so it's a very elaborate, very tough looking design, I would say. Now let me just show you as well that brown example. Somehow this fascia reminds me of the new RAV4. Okay guys, what do you think? And oh, check this out. So look at the underside of the headlight. There is that decorative strip right here as well, because they have reshaped the headlight actually. So they have to put this piece here to fill that gap. Okay, these LED headlights are exclusive to the 2.8 as well as the top variant of the 2.4. The lower remaining 2 variants come with halogen headlamps. Okay, so let's bring you back to our car. Dark painted alloy wheels. Okay, this bull bar, this rear bar here also has a very squared off, very chunky appearance. The door handles are unpainted, but you get keyless entry. Let me just go and check if they have it on the front door. Oh, yes, they do. So you have keyless entry on 2 sides, and my car mates are already in. We shall get in. Hi Chris, good morning. Okay, and we are getting ready to move, and we'll catch up with you guys again once we are on the road.
Watch this. But the steering doesn't turn. Watch the steering, yeah? Watch the steering. You see? It used the brakes to actually pull me back into my lane.
And it's very effective.
Very.
Very effective.
Bike, sorry. Watch this. Yep. So I'm not touching the steering wheel. As you can see, my hands are not on the steering wheel. Car there, boom, pushes me back. I wonder how long I can do this, because it's retarding the brakes on one side to push me back. And it does in the corner right now.
And it doesn't summon you to take the wheel, you know.
No, it's not summoning me to take the wheel.
Because it doesn't have the ability to detect your
my hands,
yeah,
whether they're on the wheel or not.
Yeah.
See that side as well. So straight line. Now watch this. Pushing me back.
Yeah.
It refuses to let me.
It is brilliant, man. It is
I'm not holding the wheel. So I can just... Oh man. What? So I've not touched the accelerator, and it's still keeping a safe distance. And yeah, it's braking and moving on.
Wow. It works.
So no cars behind next to me now.
So you can see in the instrument cluster, the cruise control is set at 110, but the speed is holding at about 80 kilometers per hour, maintaining a distance from the cars ahead. Okay guys, so now it's my turn behind the wheel. We saw Chris in action earlier. He tried out the lane keep assist. He also tried out the active cruise control system. Yep, so guys, the new Hilux here, this facelifted one, it has radar guided cruise control. So on the highways, You can use the radar guided cruise control to match speed with the vehicle ahead. And once again, right, the lane keep assist feature of this car, because this car runs on a hydraulic power steering system, it does not have an electric setup. It therefore is unable to provide active steering assistance in keeping you within lane. So what Toyota has done very cleverly is that they have used the brakes, all right, by individually applying brakes on one of the wheels to, let's say, when you're drifting closer to the lane, it will brake one wheel so as to pull you back into the lane, which is very clever.
Yeah,
right?
it's very clever,
very clever.
And it worked quite well.
Very,
but
very
it's working off the camera.
Yes.
So
the camera detects the lane markings.
Correct.
Right, and it will instruct which wheel to brake to pull you back into it. Okay, guys. So now it's my turn behind the wheel, and we are heading up Genting via the back roads. So the communications from BMW Toyota Motors talk a lot about the improved engine performance, but really the first thing that caught my attention, even when Chris drove us out of Shah Alam just now, was the comfort, because this thing feels so much more comfortable than the pre-facelift Hilux. The improvements is to the degree, is the kind of improvements that you expect from a full model change, not a mere facelift. Like, let me put it this way. Now, I've always held the Triton as the segment benchmark when it comes to ride and handling. It still is, okay? But in terms of comfort, the Hilux is now a very, very close match with the Triton. And Chris, you live with a Ranger. How do you compare the comfort levels of this versus the Ranger?
Wow, very, very comparable.
Yeah, very close,
very,
right?
Very close.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say this is actually a little bit more comfortable, because even though they're using leaf spring suspensions at the back, both the Ranger and the Hilux are using leaf springs at the back.
Yeah.
This one seems to have been tuned more for comfort.
Yeah,
a lot more for comfort. When we were going over the rumble strips just now, it was really good.
It's so pliant. I have never remembered any generation of the Hilux to be this comfortable.
Quite.
Yeah.
Quite.
Yeah. And well, this engine, this 2.8 liter engine, the outputs of the Hilux now is amongst the segment's highest already, which is also an unusual thing. Right? Previously, Toyota has always been very, very, very conservative with their tuning, but now this one has 204 PS, 500 Newton meters of torque. It is next best only to the Ranger. Everything else makes less in this segment right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like I said, I think they've done a miraculous job on the ride and handling. It's very, very up there.
Very, very impressive.
As far as lifestyle, because let's face it, Con, a lot of people are going to use these trucks for the urban jungle.
Yes.
Not the actual jungle which we're going through right now.
Yes.
And you want more comfort.
Yeah.
When you're using it for day-to-day use and stuff like that.
And this has now become a very, from what I can feel here, this is now a very pleasant day-to-day driver already.
Yep, I like the, as usual, the elevated driving position, and that's the appeal of lifestyle pickup trucks. The driving position, you can see further ahead.
Yeah. Now what you want to see is further ahead. You know, as the stretches become twistier, how does this thing perform in terms of handling? Right. I think as of now, as of all the trucks I tested before, the Triton would still be the one that I'm most confident in going on, enthusiastic on-road driving. Now we will see what the Hilux is made of.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are now on some of the twistier stretches, alright, where it's more conducive towards enthusiastic driving. And I must say that handling wise, this new Hilux is also much improved from before. Now the only slight drawback I would say to the setup is that there is still a bit of lag in the engine's response as well as the transmission's kick down response.
Oncoming car.
Right.
Even in power mode.
Even in power mode, yeah. But once the engine and gearbox both get on song, this thing pulls. And what's good is that the handling also seems a lot more assured than before. So this is a Hilux that you can drive exuberantly with way more confidence than any of its predecessors. I still have not pushed it to the point where I can conclusively compare it with the Triton, but I can say the gap, if any, is significantly less than before. Okay guys, so we are going down Genting with Chris behind the wheel once again. So just want to add a couple of observations. All right, so now Chris is driving. All right, you can see his foot off the brakes. The gear is in D, the transmission is in D, but we just want to comment that the gearbox has actually rather good downhill logic control in holding to a lower ratio to give you better downhill control. So that's another plus for Toyota One. The second thing we noticed is that when we went over a few bumps, we realized that even though with the cargo bed empty, there was no bounce from the rear wheels, which is very, very amazing for unladen truck, right? Usually when we drive all these pickup trucks, when we ram over bumps, speed bumps, right, the rear will bounce up. But this one didn't. This one, the wheels practically remain glued to the tarmac, which was to me very, very impressive for a pickup truck. So now Chris is taking us on these winding roads on Janda Beg, and another observation that we have, at least I had when I was driving earlier, was that the front end is very obedient to your steering inputs. And look at this, look at our friend. I think he's enjoying himself.
Oh yeah,
right,
in a truck on these roads. See, the gearbox just downshifted again when I took my foot off the accelerator and pressed the brake.
Very, very good. And yeah, I think Toyota has aced it with this Hilux. They've aced it, right? So now with this one, you're no longer buying the Hilux purely because it's a Toyota Hilux, right? This Hilux has as much going for it, and what's really surprising to discover is that it is rather good to drive. I am suitably impressed with it. Okay guys, well, we are now at our usual place in Genting. That's the Pandu Laju team there doing their video. Now coming back to our car. All right, so I'm just going to bring it down. Wow, not bad, got soft opening. So right, so you can open and close this. Oh, here's the reverse camera. Alright, so you open this, it drops gently. Very nice, very good feature to have for any modern pickup. So you see here, this is the cargo bed, fully lined, and a nice little detail here. These latches here also have the Toyota logo in there as well, okay, for you to hook your nets here. Okay, all right, but yeah, so this tailgate also is very easy. All right, just lift up. You can open and close this with very minimal effort. Okay, so now that I'm on my own, let's take this out first. And oh wait, sorry, this side is occupied. I'm gonna bring you in to the rear section of the cabin. All right, so you can see here, well, it's a bit tight in space. And wow, check out these chunky door handles. You've got an armrest here with nicely sized cup holders, rear aircon vents, so, and also if you've got two shopping hooks here. All right, so you can hang your things with a maximum rating of 4 kilograms. So nothing below the aircon vents there. I'll just bring you around and show you. Okay, I'm 170 centimeters tall, got good headroom up here. Well, honestly, the seating position is rather upright. Okay, well, I have to remember Crispy was the last person to sit here, so space is a bit tight here. Let me just go and adjust that first. Okay, so I've brought this seat forward, and got better room now. Okay, but still, it's not. I don't feel it's the most spacious. I don't think it's the most spacious in class. But Toyota has been very clever in the way they mold the rear end of the seat, so that also helps free up a bit more space for your legs and knees. Okay, thigh support actually is rather good given the space constraints here. So got the seat bench that goes quite almost all the way to the back of my knee, but the angle is rather shallow, so you don't get full-on thigh support. Okay, but in the context of a pickup truck, it's entirely entirely satisfactory. So let me just bring you to the front. Okay, we'll check out the driver's seat. Right, so you've got a driver adjustment for the front seat. So let's start the engine. So you can see there that nice animation on the center multi-info display. All right, and you can these buttons here allow you to browse through the various display modes that you want to select. You can use this to you even have this. All right, this is the steering angle display. All right, so as I turn the wheel, okay, as I turn the steering, it shows you the wheel angle as well. Pretty nice. Okay, and yeah, digital speedometer. This is the cruise control as well as the lane keep assist indicator, warning messages, settings. All right, so this button, this is where you activate the lane departure alert and what they call your assist. Your assist basically is their version of lane keep assist. That was what we were demonstrating earlier, where the Hilux uses its brakes rather than steering intervention to keep you on to keep you in your lane. So this would be, I believe, the button to activate or deactivate the frontal the pre-collision system. But the thing is this, there is no indicator light to tell me whether the system is on or off. Okay, so I press the button one time, two times, there's no indicator light or warning light anywhere to tell me that it's off. It's just, you know, I don't even know whether the thing is on or off now. So that's weird. So here's a drawer type cup holder. It's solid underneath. Okay, so you can use this. If you have a smaller phone, you can even patch up your phone here, or you can put your smart tag here if you so prefer. That's the engine start stop button there. Okay, and down here, this is the button for the 360-degree camera. But here's the thing, I press this button, again, nothing happens. All right, I press this button here, nothing happens. All right, so here's the center touchscreen that I showed you earlier in the video, and here's the climate control panel, single zone auto. Now here's the funny thing, the four-wheel drive control switch is here. So now this is at H4. Okay, 4 high, now go to two-wheel drive mode, 4-wheel drive mode high, press it down to 4-wheel drive low, and there is the indicator light there flashing. So, well, for normal mode, for normal driving, we'll just use H2, but since we are on this terrain, we'll leave it back at H4. Okay, so this is the hill descent control switch here, and this is the rear differential lock, which I shall disable, and this is the stability control system. All right, you've got power and economy mode adjustment, and this is the gated gear selector. Here you have a another storage tray here. You see, the thing is, just now Chris highlighted a very good point. Why is the four-wheel drive selection switch here next to the aircon panel? It should be more intuitive location would be to put it somewhere here next to the gear lever, so that you immediately intuitively reach, okay, this is the drive, the drivetrain section of the controls. All right, so you've got this rather small tray here, good enough for a smart tech, I think. And inside there, that's a center console box. Here's the glove box right inside there, and also this is another cup holder here. All right, yep. So overall, this is the cabin of the newly facelifted Hilux. Nicely constructed. All right, okay. Well, typical of this segment, it's more solid than plush, but they did put some flourishing touches here. So like this trim piece here is particularly nice. All right, the way it feels, the texture of it, and how it's cold to the touch. It adds that sense of value to the cabin. Okay, yeah. So you can activate the reverse camera, so it has a 360-degree camera and a reverse camera. And yeah, so here you have it, guys. This is the Hilux. Okay guys, so here you have it. This is the new facelifted Toyota Hilux Rogue 2.8. So there are 4 other variants, all right, all 2.4 liter models. We didn't have a chance to test drive that. Today our review is focused solely on this 2.8 liter model, and I must say this is impressive. This pickup truck is it may just be a facelift from the outside, but the level of improvements Toyota made to the overall driving experience of this is nothing short of remarkable. Even if the significantly bumped up power and torque figures didn't hint at it, driving this back to back with the predecessor model, right, tells you everything. It's significantly more comfortable than before. The handling is amazingly sharp. Just now when I was coming up the final stretches of the back road to Genting, the front end tracks very well, responds very well to your steering inputs. Okay, this is a pickup truck that you can steer on back roads with a fair degree of confidence. And also it doesn't feel like it also doesn't feel like it has lost any of the typical toughness and resilience that you associate with the Hilux. So with previous iterations of the Hilux, right, Toyota has always traded on the perceived reliability and durability of the car, all right, to trump all its rivals. But this time, this is the first time that I am seeing Toyota actually inject a dose of effort, of finesse into the powertrain, the performance, as well as the driving dynamics of the truck. This now is a far more capable vehicle than the one that came before. Okay, so definitely in this segment, right, all this while, if you would ask me before this, what would I buy a pickup truck, my first choice to that question would be a Mitsubishi Triton, because the Triton has always been, to me, the segment benchmark in terms of driving dynamics as well as ride comfort. The Ford Ranger, yes, it's the most sophisticated choice, but as a truck to drive, right, to enjoy driving with good handling characteristics, it was always the Triton. But now with this, Toyota has actually made the Hilux match up to the Triton very, very closely. Okay, we are departing our lunch stop, so I'm putting you guys here by the side of my eyes to give you a good view ahead. Basically right here I want to show you guys the handling prowess of this new Hilux on the winding roads. Chris, you buckled up?
Yes.
Alright, I must say Toyota has done fantastically with this chassis, man. I'm just amazed at how well it handles, right?
Yep.
And the comfort is very, very good. As I observed earlier, no bouncing of the rear.
Yes.
I think this one, it definitely matches up to the Triton, man, in terms of road manners.
That's your benchmark, huh? The
Yeah,
Triton?
that's my favorite.
Mm.
That's my favorite in
For
the
me,
segment.
I always benchmark against the Ranger.
Yeah, but right now this Hilux is actually making me reconsider that benchmarking.
Of your Triton?
Yeah.
Your Triton benchmark. So is this the new benchmark then?
Yeah, I think the Triton's engine still pulls more enthusiastically than this one. But that is a highly strung 2.4.
Oh, DID.
Yeah, this
very
is a 2.8. I mean, look at this. This is it's tracking so well. Right.
It does.
All right. Ooh. And the gearbox is demonstrating pretty good intelligence in holding a ratio.
Or
When you go
downshifting for you. If you
yeah.
lift very quickly and hit the brakes, it will downshift for
Ah.
you.
Okay, not bad, man. This is not bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a seatbelt for my lunch soon.
Okay.
I'm buckled in, but my lunch isn't.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm kidding. Just go ahead. Enjoy.
Oh, this is nice. Wow,
See,
Toyota,
did it again.
yeah. Wow. Toyota has really upped it with
And
their,
this is why I don't like the touchscreen.
yeah, man.
When you have to. Okay.
In 300 meters, turn left.
One thing's for sure though, nobody can accuse the Hilux of being boring anymore.
Nope.
But then again, we are basing this on the 2.8. We still have yet to have the chance to review the 2.4. But then again, I struggle to imagine the 2.4 would be inferior to this where handling is concerned.
One Jalan Utama Janping.
And there's the workhorse Hilux.
Ah, yes. Which still serves many a happy owner.
Yes.
Turn left on 68 Jalan Lama.
I'm always reminded of the time Top Gear tried to kill the Hilux.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
red one.
Oh, yes,
It
yes.
sits in their Top Gear museum now. They couldn't kill it. They threw it into the ocean.
Yeah,
They demolished the building.
yeah. They did
Around.
everything short of literally pulling it apart.
Yep.
Ah, okay. Highway stability on this, I think the Triton still has its edge. On highways, I still wouldn't push this the way I would with the Triton. But still, I think it doesn't diminish the overall proposition of this truck still.